So what do you see? Here is a dent right here on this tank. Now I know what you're thinking. What the hell is he drilling in the gas tank for? Now I know what you're thinking. You're saying, what the hell? He's actually gonna drill a hole. He drilled a hole in the tank? Wasn't there any other way? No, there wasn't any other way. The dent was actually too sharp to glue pull. Second, there would be a high probability that the matte paint would pull right off. And third, I didn't come up with that idea. It was actually the customer's idea to do that. They said, can you make an access point to do that? And not in their words, they say drill, because we're trained not to say drill. Manufactured access point. I took it back to him and I said, listen, I can't get to it. Glue pulling is not going to be an option. Here's your tank back. And he's the one that says, well, what about drilling a hole underneath the tank? And I said, that's a possibility. Yeah, that could definitely work if your main giant concern is not to lose that factory finish, which wasn't technically a bad idea, because they can take that to the body shop. That's not going to take much to fill it. Doesn't have to be perfect on the bottom, because you're not going to see it. All right. So either that or replace the tank. That's going to cost way, way, way much more, and be more of a hassle. And I'm not sure if he can get this tank actually in this color. So that was another factor I guess he was concerned with. But meanwhile, let's get on with that video. So what do you see? Here is a dent right here on this tank. There is no access here. The baffle is right in the way. Can't get access to that part of the tank. And so just looking under here, that would not be an option. There is no option there. So I took it back to the customer, said I can't do it. He said, wait a minute, hold on a second. I don't want to paint this tank. What happens if you just drill a hole? I said, you really want to do that? You can drill a hole, and then you can just, at least you won't lose your factory finish. You'll just have to get it plugged underneath. So that's what he's opting to do. It's the first time I'm ever going to do that. So I'm going to make an access point underneath, and we are going to heat this mofo up, use the clear packing tape to get this dent out. So that's what we're going to be doing right here. Don't know how crazy this is going to be, but we will see here. Actually, I'm going to move this camera this way so I can drill. You guys can see. Dent is there.
Now, if you're ever going to attempt this rare thing like this, drilling in a tank, make sure you have plenty of padding underneath the tank, or at least it's not going to slide and it's protected. In this case, it's rubber, but I do recommend mounting it. I thought twice about it afterwards, and I definitely should have mounted it first and then drilled. Using a unibit or step bit, as you can see, it prevents the bit from just flying through there and puncturing maybe the skin of the tank. This lets you go in a slower increment, so you're not going to just rapidly just drill a hole and make a mistake.
Okay, mounted it. Little tricky, but I was able to mount it. Holding down the back part here because there's nothing to mount that to. So this is using this vice stand here. This is a motorcycle vice stand, obviously. So that holds down that part right there. And I had to be a little more creative right here because these were either too big or too long or too short. This was a little too short, so what I ended up doing is put some leather spacers in here and tighten it up well enough that it's not going to move while I'm trying to push back and forth. And then last but not least, use some clear packing tape so I can see the reflection of my board here. And for this purpose, I'll be using a plastic tip. I'll be using some heat, double bend soft tip, and get her going. All right, I've got some heat on it. Just making sure that paint doesn't crack on me.
I'll give you some more insight about the clear packing tape. As you can tell, I now can see the reflection of my lines going across the tank. This is going to give me a perfect roadmap where my tool's at, how much I need to keep pushing, and if I need to tap down if necessary. So this really helps. Now, I was using heat as well, so when I do stretch that paint back and forth, it's not going to crack on me. So I decided to go with a sharper plastic tip, not too sharp, but the pros and cons of this is the pros is it's very accurate. I generally don't have to switch tips. The, shall I say, con or the risk is that it could slip because metal on plastic can be very slippery, especially when I'm using heat. So I really want to keep the tip balanced. I want to be pushing with the tip of it right here in the front of it. And that's going to allow me to start and finish the dent without tapping down. Now this little dent might seem like a piece of cake, but smaller dents can be just as challenging like a bigger dent. It's all in finishing, and finishing is about precision, muscle memory, tip placement, and extreme concentration to place that sharp little tip on the exact part of the dent. One wrong mistake, like slipping or pushing too hard, can result in a much bigger problem than starting with. Using the line reflection, I can tell how hard or soft I need to apply pressure while keeping a close eye on my tooltip. Now the object of the game is to get the line straight again, like the other part of the tank that isn't damaged. I use the straight lines around as a reference to gauge my progress. However, on another note, choosing a paintless dent removal service shouldn't be just about the price. I always explain to my customers, I understand they want the best cost in the beginning. However, I also realize all my customers always want the best quality in the end. And if you're watching this, I'm sure you'd agree. Just barely getting it there. I think you'd be pretty pleased with that. Turn that off. Dent's gone.